For millions of years, we believed dinosaurs vanished completely from Earth. But what if, just what if, a fragment of their world survived, hidden, in a place humanity rarely dared to explore? Today, we're diving into a theory that scientists avoid discussing publicly, but one that's gaining serious momentum in the shadows of modern paleontology. In the heart of the Pacific Ocean lies an isolated point of land, wrapped in constant storms and dense fog. Few ships dared to approach. Those who tried never returned with clear explanations. Reports of strange sounds, immense footprints, and shadows moving between the trees began emerging in the 1960s. At the time, no one took them seriously. Then came the first aerial record, a blurred recording made by a NASA satellite in 1972, showing something gigantic, an elongated body moving slowly near the coast. Coincidence? Or evidence of something impossible? The island seemed frozen in time, untouched by the extinction that erased the dinosaurs from every other corner of Earth. The island's geography created a natural fortress, surrounded by treacherous reefs, violent currents, and perpetual storms. A perfect prison, or perhaps a perfect sanctuary. Explorers who ventured inland left behind cryptic notes and abandoned camps. One journal entry simply read, "They're watching us. We're not alone here." The evidence was mounting, but mainstream science refused to acknowledge what was becoming undeniable. The island held secrets that challenged everything we thought we knew about extinction, but the real mystery was just beginning. What the researchers would discover next would force the scientific community to reconsider everything. While the world believed dinosaurs were extinct, some scientists began considering another hypothesis, that small populations could have survived in isolated microecosystems, places where conditions remained virtually identical to the Cretaceous period. But what evidence could support such an absurd theory? In 1999, an Indonesian expedition found plant species thought extinct for 100 million years. And one of them only grows in that specific Pacific region. That's when a name surfaced for the first time, Ilha de Sorna 9, a point on the map that officially doesn't exist. Genetic analysis revealed something extraordinary. The plant DNA contained traces of prehistoric pollen that could only be produced by vegetation existing in dinosaur-era atmospheric conditions. The island's volcanic activity created stable temperatures, consistent humidity, and atmospheric composition remarkably similar to 66 million years ago. A time capsule, preserved by nature itself. Entomologists discovered insect species identical to those found in Cretaceous amber, living fossils, unchanged across millions of years, thriving in their forgotten sanctuary. But plants and insects weren't the only things preserved. Thermal readings began detecting large, warm-blooded signatures moving through the interior. Signatures that matched no known living species. The ecosystem was complete. Prey, predators, and a food chain that had remained unbroken since the Mesozoic era. The island wasn't just preserving life, it was sustaining it. But what really happens there, no one knows for certain. At least, no one who has returned to tell the story. In 2011, a group of amateur explorers attempted to reach the island using drones and thermal sensors. In the first hours, the equipment captured something strange. Heat sources moving rapidly, far too large to be birds. Then, the signal dropped. When the drone reappeared, it only showed jungle footage and a roar. Low, deep, and absolutely real. The video was published online but removed days later. Investigators attempting to recover the files claim the content was restricted for national security reasons. Coincidence? Or an attempt to silence something that shouldn't be discovered? Multiple government agencies began showing interest in the island shortly after the incident. Military reconnaissance missions were authorized but failed repeatedly. Helicopters experienced unexplained electronic failures. Satellites mysteriously malfunctioned when focusing on the Central Valley. What aerial surveillance did capture was disturbing. Massive shapes moving in organized patterns, suggesting pack behavior and intelligence. Movement patterns consistent with apex predators hunting in coordinated groups. Audio analysis of recovered recordings revealed complex vocalizations, communication patterns similar to modern birds, but with frequencies and power suggesting creatures of enormous size. Those brave, or foolish, enough to approach the island at night reported seeing lights moving through the jungle. Not fires, but bioluminescence, suggesting creatures adapted to nocturnal hunting. Even the surrounding waters weren't safe. Sonar detected massive marine reptiles, guardians of the island's secrets. Nothing entered or left without being observed. The island had become more than a mystery. It was a fortress, defended not just by nature, but by the ancient inhabitants who had survived there for 66 million years. And they weren't welcoming visitors. Today, satellites continue detecting unusual thermal movements in that region. Official scientists claim they're geological anomalies, but independent experts believe something lives there, something that breathes, moves, and hunts. And the most curious thing, the island's average temperature is almost identical to the Cretaceous period. The plants are ancient, the insects prehistoric. It's as if time simply stopped, and if plants and insects survived, what else might have endured? Recent expeditions, equipped with advanced AI-enhanced cameras, captured something undeniable. Movement patterns, skeletal structure visible through thermal imaging, gait analysis, all pointed to one impossible conclusion. Creatures that shouldn't exist, living in an ecosystem that refused to die. The island wasn't just a sanctuary. It was a window into a world we thought was lost forever. But perhaps the most disturbing question isn't whether dinosaurs survived. It's what else might be living there. Species we never discovered as fossils, creatures unknown to science entirely. Perhaps we'll never know what truly exists on that island. The governments that know won't tell. The technology that could reveal it is mysteriously blocked or fails. But one thing is certain, Earth's history still holds secrets that modern science cannot explain. Extinction may not be as final as we believed. Somewhere in the Pacific, protected by storms and isolation, a fragment of the Mesozoic era may still exist. Not in museums, not in textbooks, but alive. And perhaps in some forgotten corner of our planet, dinosaurs are still waiting to be rediscovered, still living, still evolving, still surviving. The question isn't just whether they exist, it's whether we have the right to disturb them, to intrude on a world that survived by remaining hidden. We've mapped the entire planet, explored the deepest oceans, even reached other worlds. Yet Earth may still hold its greatest secret just beyond our reach. Perhaps some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved. Some doors are better left closed. Some worlds should stay separate from ours. What we do know is this. If Sorna 9 exists, if dinosaurs still walk its forests, then extinction isn't an ending. It's a test of survival. And some species passed. So tonight, as you look at a map of the Pacific Ocean, remember, there might be places where the ancient world never died, where time forgot to move forward, where dinosaurs still rule,